Adding customer. Off the dashboard, you go into the customer section here, and you see customers that you've already entered. And here you can see a list of the customers, and you can see their invoice balances, their memo balances, notes, etc. To add a new customer, click on Add Customer, and I'll just go into an existing customer and explain it. So this is, let's say, my name here. We have the basic information that's pretty self-explanatory: name, address, phone numbers, etc. If you have a website, there's a buyer, accountant, date of birth. Okay, the reason we have date of birth is because later on, as an option, we can produce an email blast for to court the birthday market. So basically, we don't really need the day or the year the person was born, because they won't likely not to tell you, but just the month. Okay, so keep going here. We also have customer type. Okay, so you can say the customer is a manufacturer, private, broker, retail, wholesale. So let's say it's a wholesale, and the reason we have this is because we can later on generate mailing lists or email lists based on type. Okay, and you can make your own type as much as you like. In the values here, you have customer type, and you simply insert and type in whatever it is that you like to add type, and you make your own types. Okay, so whatever you do in this window will appear in this drop down here. Okay, so I think this is pretty self-explanatory here. On the bottom here, you have the all the information: date of payment, date of last payment, year to date, all this information here. Okay, notes is notes about this customer that stays here. You just type it, whatever it is. Pop-up notes is a function where you enter any text in here. It will pop it up when you're about to make an invoice or a memo. It's kind of a message to whoever's doing the memo or invoice that should, whatever the message is, let's say, talk to me before you're sending anything on memo to this customer, or what have you. So if you have something there, it will pop up. If you have nothing there, nothing will happen. Okay, here we have the resell number of the customer. Okay, we can also print label here for this customer. We'll do the those label printers, which we'll go over that later. Alright, in the next tab, we have 3 tabs. In the next tab, we have this customer's credit information, the credit rating, let's say from JBT or Dun & Bradstreet, whatever you use. The source here is where you found them. You found them at a trade show, you found them as a walk-in. It's up to you to enter whatever you want there. Okay. Credit limit, let's say you want to set $5,000 credit limit to this particular customer. So when you exceed that limit, it'll bring up a message that you are about to exceed the limit. Do you wish to continue? And you can say yes or no. Okay, we allow you to do it. If you say yes, we just bring up a message, and it goes to both the memo content and invoice content. Okay. So finance charge is if you want to charge any interest on late payments. You know, if they're 30 days late, 60 days late, if you want to put, let's say, 1.5% on to tag on to their liability, then we calculate that on the statement that we sent them. Not a very popular thing, but It's there. Okay. We also have 2 salespeople that share per customer. Okay, so we set up salespeople, which will go on to a different video, and so we can sell one salesperson here and another here. Let's say it's this salesperson. All right, so this person gets 3%, and the salesperson gets 10%. Okay, then we'll go over this a little bit later. Default payment terms. Let's say if you want to give them that 30 days. How do we ship? We ship always from FedEx. Miscellaneous is a field that you can enter for different functions, whatever you want it to be, which can be searched. In other words, let's say it's a contractor, you put the contractor name here, and then on the invoice or memo, you can select from that drop down to indicate the function of that memo, which is also searchable. So if you have a contractor there, for example, and you're looking what this contractor has on memo, you just select the name. It'll bring you all the memos that he has open, closed, etc. Here you can also scan in the business card of the client, okay, or credit card if you want, but this is done for business card really. So you can choose the file you selected. I don't want to do this now, but you just select the item, you click open, and upload it to this area. Okay, and here you can remove it if you don't want it anymore. Okay, in the modules, in all the inventory modules, we have 7 price levels. Okay, so you have a default price level, which we'll go over, and then you have price 2, price 3, you have up to 7 prices. So let's say this customer, you want to bill him at price 2 every time we send him an invoice or a memo. Or you can say that I want to send to my website price 3, or I want to send to eBay price 4, etc. Okay, so we have 7 levels. A discount here, the discount is automatic discount of your regular sale price. So let's say if you want to give them 5% discount automatically on every item that you put on the invoice or memo, you'll put that over here. Okay, the next tab is the references. Okay, so you can put your customer's bank information over here, and here you can just enter all the different references that were provided to you to check whether it's a worthy customer or not. So you can enter everything here, and you can save that, obviously. Okay, then you can also we have here a fax reference sheet that you can mail to for them to fill out. Okay, let's go back to the main tab. Now from here you can go and see all the invoices that are assigned to this client. So you see all the invoices that are there, and on the bottom you can see all the totals. Hold on, let me just make this bigger. So you can see all the totals on the bottom. Okay, so we will go over all this a little bit later, but I'm going to close the screen. So you can go and see all these invoices, these memos, different ship tos. Ship to is very important. If you have store chain that has multiple ship tos, you simply have the main store here, and you can add as many ship to as you like. But the first one is the default, right? And you can also change the default. But if you have multiple ship tos, you click new and you add more ship to addresses, as many as you like. There's no limit to anything in the software. You can add as much as you want of anything and everything. Okay, so we can also track payments, sales orders, all these quotes, etc. So this is a customer maintenance screen where you can view that customer, all the activities. Okay, so whatever you do after that, you save, obviously. You say okay. Alright, so you can also, by the way, you can make the customer a vendor as well. In other words, if you're selling this customer as well as buying from him, you make him a vendor as well, so you don't have to re-enter the vendor in the vendor section. And if he's a partner, you check that here as well. Here, if the customer is inactive, in other words, you've had it with them, it's over, finished, or it no longer exists, whatever it is, you just make him inactive, and his name will not appear in any of the drop downs throughout the program, but it will be here, so you can also reactivate them if need be. Okay, so back to the search screen here, you will see all the customers that you've entered. And there's a lot of junk here, but you get the idea.